Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. I hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. I know I am. I hope all of you are prepared to have a safe and happy New Year's Eve tonight, and as well as wake up feeling refreshed and good for New Year's Day tomorrow. I know I am. I had my last workout of the year right here a little bit ago. It was out fucking standing. I killed it. Killed it. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be a much more intense year when it comes to me physically. This year we moved, started homesteading and stuff like that. This year, couple changes. I announced, I believe, on my Instagram live, but I also announced on Evening Rants the other night. I've been on TRT for about 2 weeks. My only regrets are that I didn't start it like years ago. My ADHD is so much more in control. My sleep is silly. Recovery time is back. I'm feeling like myself again. I was feeling really good up until about a year ago. And then I started noticing that I was having trouble recovering. And for me, I've always been naturally gifted in that. So went to the doctor, had my test levels checked recently. They were horrible. So I am going to get TRT to the point where it's replacing me to about anywhere between 800 to 1,000 T levels. And I'm feeling fucking phenomenal. So with that being, I am going to push a little harder than I did this past year physically. I'm going to probably do extend my workouts from a half hour to somewhere around an hour, 45 minutes an hour. I'm probably going to do 3 or 4 days of 2-a-days, but the 2-a-days are going to be, I'm going to do some sprint work up the hill here. It's not like a hill, but it's like a incline. I'm going to do some sprint work. And one of the biggest things I'm going to do is, because I know I'm probably going to put on a little bit more muscle mass, I am going to lean out and stay lean. You guys have seen me over the course of the last like 5 or 6 years, or 5 years, where I get on my birthday, I always try to be as lean as I can be, as like the best shape I can be in, athletically and aesthetically. And it just is hard because when you get lean and you're not on TRT, especially when you're old, like me, I'm going to be 54 this year, but it makes it harder because your endocrine system starts crashing. I honestly think that that's why I had such a hard time, is because not this past summer, but the summer before, I got very lean. Like I probably got into like the 8% range at one point in time. And I just think my T levels just never recovered. So now that I don't have to worry about crashing my endocrine system, I'm going to pop down to about 10% and hang there. And I feel perfectly good doing it. The problem for me getting lean is never the hunger, because frankly, I'm, not hungry. I'm on my supplements. I don't get physical hunger. So I'm good that way. But my biggest concern was always crashing my endocrine system. So that is, I'm just going to be able to get down there by my birthday and I'll chill there. But anywho, you're considering it. My thing is, if you're considering it, go to a clinic, get your T levels tested, or like for me, like my doctor was great about it. I actually helped him lose weight. So, but have it checked. Your neck already much bigger. No, dude, no. Like I just got done working out. I have a pump going on right now. It's not. I literally just got done working out. So I weigh about 185 pounds. Anybody thinking that that's TRT levels is crazy. But neither here nor there. I don't care. Happy to hear you feeling better. I feel fucking great. Anyway, today we are talking about how delusional Tess Holliday versus Vogue magazine and reality. Often, I talk about this heifer a lot because she's basically the queen of fat acceptance, is how it's put, especially since Lizzo decided to lose weight and leave all those people in the fucking dust. But let me turn the light up a little bit. There we go. Now you can see me. But she's crazy. And again, she's 450 pounds. So of course she's crazy, right? Like there's no way that she's not going to be considered crazy because you're 450 pounds. You're doing crazy shit every day. The amount of food you eat on a daily basis should register to people that that's fucking crazy, right? Like if you're 400 pounds, 450 pounds as a woman, especially, and you keep eating day after day after day in a way that is going to make it so that you keep that weight on, very frankly, you shouldn't be seen as sane. That's mental illness. It just absolutely is. What was your test level before? It was 312. It was pitiful. And I felt like shit, but here nor there. Anyway, let's go to this video. Actually going to pull up. This is the Tess Holliday. Let me see if I can make it so it's just her face. Just fuck the comments. And let me do that, because we don't need to, she's not that important. So she's not gonna, it's not like we're gonna see her movement or anything like that. So this is the Tess Holliday.
The fresh hell is this fashion?
It looks like Vogue magazine cover from America, with a rather diverse crew. I mean, there's women of all different hair colors. Looks like nationalities. I see some Hispanic. I see some African American. I see some white. I see some Irish. I think I see some Slavic. I think I see some European. I mean, I don't understand why she thinks this is like fresh hell, but let's get to why she's talking this way.
Gets real. Creativity for everyone. Isn't everyone so creative? I just want to know if the...
By the way, she stole that line from a very popular TikToker who does recipe reviews from other TikTokers. Isn't everybody so creative?
Creativity is in the room with us, because
it sure is, because they've got women from all over the world, it appears, or at least they're with heritage all over the world together. That's very, to me, that is very inclusive. I don't understand why she's upset. I mean, I do understand why she's upset, of course, because she looks like she's eaten several of these women. So that's why she's upset, is because there's nobody that's as big as this heifer there, you know?
lack of diversity on this, especially because the cover says creativity for everyone, is...
What? Where's the lack of diversity? One more time. Like, this girl right here, she looks Russian or Ukrainian. This woman looks Hispanic. This woman looks like she could have, obviously black woman, Irish maybe. Like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, how is this not, how is this not like diverse? You know, I mean, I'm sure she's going to say it's body size, right? But, you know, we don't have anybody with a needle sticking out of their arm on there either. We don't have anybody that's, actively chugging a fifth of fucking vodka on there. So why would we have her on there? Like, what about that kind of diversity? To have somebody like Tess Holliday on a cover, like, is not diverse, because then we would need to show other people that are wrecking themselves and all of society with their daily systemic actions. We would need an alcoholic. We would need a junkie. We would need a meth head. We would need a crackhead. We would need we would need an anorexic, which one or two of these girls might qualify, just in all honesty. But that's the diversity that she is. Like, she's thinking that she's like, well, what about, what's diverse about this? Fuck the body size thing. You're just a cautionary tale in how not to fuck your body up, right? That, and like, imagine, just everybody really quick, imagine Tess Holliday in all her 450 pounds of fucking glory standing next to these women. First of all these women are like 7 inches taller than her. She's not even really tall enough to be a classic model, right? All these women are like 7 inches taller than her, and she outweighs them all individually by probably 300 pounds. Like just straight up. She weighs as much as 3 or 4 of these women together. Easily. And they're all, like I said, probably 4 to 7 inches taller than her. All of them.
Is baffling. They have one model that has a darker skin tone.
So all I'm sorry.
body.
I'm sorry, but this woman has a darker skin tone. This woman has a darker skin tone. And it's all lighting and makeup too, right? I mean, what the fuck?
Type. When is it getting real? Because this is real crappy.
It's real crappy.
This is real crappy. This is real silly. It's real silly. This is absolutely just not okay. This is not.
Do you know what's not okay? It is not okay to be so fucking fat that if you fell down and needed assistance, that it would take multiple people, it would take extra resources to actually pick you up. That's not okay. Do you know what's not okay? Eating yourself to a point where you are like affecting your own physical health when you're a fucking parent. That's not okay. You being a fat fuck while you have two young children, two young boys, that is not okay. Do you know what is not okay? What is not okay is you yourself pretending like you were a model. You were never a model. You were a sideshow freak attraction that they fucking hauled out with heavy fucking equipment onto a reinforced stage occasionally so they could actually show like, hey, we like fat people, we like fat people, we like fat people. Well, all that shit's over. 2025 marks the end of fat acceptance. We are going to make America healthy again, and this woman is absolutely not.
What we collectively want to see in fashion. There's so many models that are so diverse that could make this cover just, and where are they? They're not working, I'll tell you that, because I'm sitting in a Red Robin parking lot right now.
So she's talking about herself. She's so fucking upset that she is talking about herself like as the person that would make it diverse. First of all, wake up. You are literally about 15 years older than all these women too. Let's just put that out there. You're literally about 15 years older than all of these women. You are literally going to be 40 soon. You are not a model. You never were. And if you were, most models are done by the time they're 30. Secondly, you are not a model. These women are all built in a very similar fashion, in a very similar way, because models are meant to be displays of clothing. They're basically meant to be human coat hangers. That's why it went too far for a while. And even Vogue magazine themselves has actual policies based around they won't show anybody that they feel is anorexic on the cover. So they check out like the cheeks and stuff like that to make sure that the person is not, not in danger of being anorexic. But I find it hilarious that she's talking about her because yes, you are unfucking employed. I thought, by your other videos that you were like acting like you were doing great and this was just an amazing year and you just did a TED talk and all sorts of shit like that. And somehow or another, you're bitching that you can't find work because one more time, you were never a model, bitch. You were just a sideshow circus freak attraction that they hauled out occasionally with heavy equipment to put on a reinforced stage so they could say, we like fat people. They never even had you model fucking clothing. It was always like you were the centerpiece of what they were showing so they could in fact say that they were like, we like fat people. We want fat people money too. And that's the fucking honest truth. And everybody goddamn knows it. She deep down knows it.
Eating with a friend. Not on set. Not on set. Like so many of my friends and colleagues. I don't understand. I don't know if.
Yes, because it has been proven, like you guys had your chance. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys had your chance. You fat, sloppy, fucking disgusting looking people. And I'm sorry if you don't think that, but I think Tess Holliday is physically disgusting looking. It's grotesque, people. It is not pretty. Hang on a second. Let's just go here real quick. Oh, hang on. One second. Why is it taking so long? Bam. Oh, here we go. Hang on. I can do it this way. Oh, well, let me do Google. Wild. Wild. Here we go. That's disgusting. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry if that upsets you. That's gross. Hang on. Take a bigger look. That's gross. I mean, I'm sorry. That's not attractive at all whatsoever. It looks like it looks like parody. Like you've eaten yourself to the point where you don't even look human. And I know that people get really upset when I say shit like that, but you don't look human. I mean, you don't look like a human being anymore. You're not built like a human being anymore. I am a muscular, athletic male, and if your arms are bigger than my thighs as a woman, there's a huge fucking problem. I mean, I still got like a fucking 42-inch vertical leap, and if your fucking arms are bigger than my fucking thighs, her arms are bigger than my goddamn waist, for real. Like Hulk Hogan's like, God damn, those are some arms, you know? Fucking crazy. Here we go. Back at it.
This is because this is what Zach Posen sees for the future of fashion, and maybe this is what he saw for his vision for Gap.
That's because this is what sells clothing and magazines. Because people don't want to look at you. Because you are unattractive. Because no matter how much makeup, no matter how many filters, no matter how many times you dye your hair, no matter what you do to yourself, no matter how greasy you make your face look, because somehow that's in right now, it's not attractive. The general public does not want to literally see you. You are not attractive. I understand this is hard. I don't consider myself attractive. If I don't consider myself attractive, you definitely shouldn't consider yourself attractive. You are not an attractive person. You are not a model. First of all, your personality just makes you fucking ugly. So ugly. Your personality is horrible. And I'm not saying mine doesn't, right? I'm always very self-actualized. But you think you have, like, you actually think you have a seat at the fucking good looks table? You do not. You do not. You're over here with the ugly folk. Because you are not an attractive person, Tess, just by any stretch of the imagination. Especially, like, people could argue that your face used to be kind of attractive, but now since you've gained another fucking, 100 fucking pounds, you just look like a blimp. That's all. Like, she's gained more weight since that sample size photo I just showed you guys. So she's just not attractive. And it's sad to me that nobody in your life has kind of said, hey, Tess, you realize that you're not getting work because nobody wants to see you. Like, plus size models are no longer on the cover of magazines because people weren't buying the magazine and people weren't buying the clothing. You know, people don't aspire to be fat as fuck. That's the actual issue.
We haven't traditionally seen a ton of, diversity and inclusivity from Gap, but we have seen varying amounts throughout campaigns, especially the last few years. We are kicking off 2025 with this to look up to.
Hell yeah, it's time. It's time that this fucking goes all the way back to where it fucking should be. It is time that it goes to back to being, if you want to see a model, like, just like if you want to, it's so weird. Like, we do not need diversity when it comes to unhealthy things. One more time, it's not a body size diversity thing. It is a self-harm diversity thing. Like, if we were to have you, Tess, on the cover of Vogue magazine, we should also have a crackhead. We should also have an alcoholic. We should also have a smackhead. We should also have somebody with a heroin needle sticking out of their arm, because the diversity would be in the different types of self-harm in a day. Okay? That's the literal fucking end of it. Now, here we go. One more time.
So what are you trying to say?
One of my biggest pet peeves is when people don't even get out of bed to fucking film videos. But somebody said it's Vogue, girl. Red Robin, please.
Say. I'm confused.
Yeah, we know you are.
Because I have been on the cover of multiple magazines, and
Yes, as a sideshow attraction. when they were trying to push the body positive thing. Yeah, we understand.
Been featured in Vogue. But I mean, go off. Also,
I love how she like brags like I've been featured in Vogue, but they're not calling you now because they're done with you. They wheeled you out on like, you know, like you can almost hear it happen like beep, 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 beep. And then she would like the lift of the truck and put her onto the fucking stage and the stage goes, you know? But let's be real. Like it was because at that point in time, society and mainstream media was trying to push that there's nothing wrong with being fat. But then people got fat and are like, fuck, this sucks. Why the fuck did all you motherfuckers lie to me? That's the reality. So I don't know what to say to you, Tess. You're just not attractive.
pretty sure models eat all kinds of places.
Yeah, models do eat all kinds of places. You're just not one. You never have been. You're not a model. You're not. You're a sideshow freak.
Like maybe Red Robin. I mean, that's where my son picked and wanted to go eat. And I don't know. I wasn't like really stoked about it, but they have endless fries. But then they like brought out our food.
So notice how she gets excited about the concept of endless fries. What a model.
And there were like 5 fries on my plate. And I was like, what the hell is this? Kind of like how I felt when I saw that American Vogue cover for this month. I was like, what? I want more. This is crappy. So I don't really get your comment. But
You don't really get your comment because you don't really get their comment because you're in complete denial of your entire fucking existence. This woman thinks she's attractive. Her friends have lied to her and made her think that way. Society has lied. I feel bad for her slightly. I mean, if she wasn't just an objectively horrible person, because she is an objectively horrible person. I just don't understand why I would feel bad for her if she wasn't. I would. I honestly would. Just because, frankly, you know, they used her. Like, very much they used her, you know? So let's see here. All right. So listen, guys, I am actually going to do a couple things here. I have another video coming up in about 5 minutes, and then we'll do Q&A at the end of that. But I hope all of you have that don't join me for the second one. I hope you all have a very, very, very happy New Year and safe. If you're going to go out and party with the fucking amateurs and stupid people, make sure that you're not driving. Okay. Get a cab, do something. My personal preference would be for everybody to just stay at home with their loved ones and be safe. But I will be back in about 5 minutes. Goddamn.
Let's talk about pre-workouts. See, a lot of them just get you spiked and then you crash. The crash is crazy. When I take a pre-workout, I don't want my heart beating out of my chest. I can't do a set to failure with that. No, I want something that gets me focused. I want my mind to just go, I'm gonna get all the weight. I want my body to feel like I can go crush it, make the gains of my life. That's why the pre-workout I use is Ambrosia Kinetic. Ambrosia Kinetic is the greatest mushroom-enhanced mind and body performance booster pre-workout ever created. Go to tigerfitness.com now. That's tigerfitness.com. Coupon code MAHA, M-A-H-A, MAHA. MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. And you get 10% off, not just Kinetic, but the entire site. Go to tigerfitness.com now, save and make the gains you've been wanting.